Hello everyone and welcome back to Heaven's Secret episode 2 from season 1. My first assignment on Earth. Why am I so scared? Episode 2, first assignment. I was tumbling down through the vortex. Clouds swirled around me. Every time I would hit one on my way down, it would disperse and reform a moment later to fill the gap. The vortex seemed endless. I was starting to wonder if it really led to Earth, or if it would take me straight to hell. Why? Because of your wings? I can't. Eventually, I got used to the fall. I stopped screaming and started looking down. Here and there, I could see the silhouettes of angels and demons, and the unclaimed, all heading to their assignments, just like I was. A guy flew past me. Our eyes met for a brief moment. Huh? He suddenly turned to look at me, then smiled. Unclaimed? Yes, I'm an unclaimed baby. Let me stop. He said it flatly and offhandedly, and for some reason started laughing. Of course, we're literally second class. No. They're first, second, and third class. We're third class. Like, literally, we're at the bottom. Then he turned away and dove down, speeding away into the vortex. That's just rude. Weird guy. That's funny. I began to slow down. The wind started flipping me around again. Suddenly, I was descending, feet first, and I could finally see that I was closing in on the ground. It was a soft landing. We landed like the goddess we are. People scurried back and forth, going about their business. They didn't know how lucky they were to be alive, to have the freedom to return to their loved ones whenever they pleased. I took a deep breath, stretching my arms, and started laughing. I'm alive! I'm alive! No one could see my wings, and they couldn't even see my real face. Even so, I was home again. But just for a short brief of time, girl. Like, just for a brief time. What should I do? I stopped smiling. That's right, I still need to complete my assignment. The fact that she takes the assignment seriously, though. My attention was drawn to a girl standing nearby. I could hear her voice echoing in my heart. Angel Fenzio said something. What was it again? The fact she's like, what did he say just, I don't know, 5 minutes ago? I mean, same. Simona. How's it going, sir? He narrowed his eyes at me before straightening out a paper he was holding and staring down at it. As soon as you touch the ground, you'll manifest your human form. No one will be able to see your wings, and I would advise against using them. You will have 2 hours to complete your assignment. It is more than enough time. Once you have completed the assignment, look up at the sky and concentrate your thoughts on the vortex. It will bring you back to the academy. Should you take longer than 2 hours, you will be pulled back into the vortex regardless of circumstance. Use your time wisely. Now the assignment. Your mission concerns a girl named Veronica. She has a choice to make. She must take an exam at her university. It is essential for her future. But Veronica's boyfriend is going abroad. If she fails to see him off, the relationship will end. Girl, dump him. Like what? So, Simona, what will you push her toward? A promising future or fleeting love? The fact that he also says fleeting love. And you'll send me to Earth? Just like that? Just like that. But I've never... Not my concern. Of course it isn't, Angel Fenzio. I can't stand this man. Not my concern, ugh. What am I supposed to do now? That girl Veronica was standing at the gate, holding her notebooks to her chest. She shuffled anxiously, unable to enter or leave. I had to be the one to approach her and start a conversation, but why would she ever listen to me? Hey, use your angelic powers, I don't know. For a moment I panicked. I was hesitating just like Veronica. I was struggling to decide. Okay, I need to calm down. Breathe in, breathe out. So, the first step is picking which choice I support. A promising future, a fleeting love. I'm gonna go with a promising future, because if that guy literally, I don't even, like, we don't know what happened, but the fact that she's about to take a very, very important exam and she's like standing at the gate because her boyfriend is leaving. To that extent, I understand, like, that she's struggling and she doesn't know what to do because she loves him. And that's why it's very difficult for her to concentrate on her exam if she has her mind with her boyfriend. But the fact that Fenzio said if she doesn't catch up with her boyfriend, the relationship will end. Like, what kind of boyfriend are you? Never heard of long distance relationship? He's literally like, yeah, I'm gonna leave if you don't come to see me off. I'm gonna dump your ass. Like what? What kind of... Like, honestly, I'm gonna go with a promising future, because at least you know that everything you've done, you've earned it yourself. You don't need no man. You are an independent woman. You can do things on your own. You don't need no man. You can deal with things by yourself. And if he actually loves you, he's gonna come back. If he doesn't, it was never meant to be. A promising future. Like, you've worked so hard to come to this day to make your exam and then could be able to, I don't know, to start a job. You worked so hard to have that education, and you're just gonna dump all of the struggles, all of the time you have been in your room studying, all the hard effort you put into your work away for the guy. No. Angel Fenzio did say it was a fleeting love. She'll have a better life if she prioritizes her future. If he really loves you, he's gonna come back. If he doesn't, it was never meant to be. Because true love is not only about taking, but also about giving. If he truly loves you, he's gonna try to make you a better person. He's not gonna try to make you see things his way. He's not gonna make you chase after him. He's gonna be like, you do you, I'm gonna do me. Okay? I'm gonna do me. Like, we don't know why he wants to leave, but that's fine. He wants to leave. He can leave. But him leaving should not influence her future or her decisions. I started walking over to her, trying to think of what to say. Hey, Veronica. Do I know you? Not really, damn it. I saw my reflection in her eyes. I was tall, skinny, and covered in tattoos. I don't look very comforting. Don't you remember me? I turned to leave, pretending to be hurt by her forgetfulness, but Veronica grabbed my hand to stop me. No, I'm sorry. I have a lot on my mind. What's wrong? She was about to say something, but she hesitated. I was a stranger to her. I got it. It's okay. I think I understand. Sometimes you don't have to say something. You already know. What do you mean? Well, I mean, university life is stressful. It can make you feel like you have to choose between your school life and your personal life. Veronica's face lit up. Exactly. She fell silent again, anxiously shifting her weight between her feet. I have to make a decision, but I'm struggling with it. I'm falling behind in my classes. I'm really close to failing one of my required courses. I'll have to drop out if that happens. There's actually an exam for that class today, but instead of going in and taking it, I just want to run to my boyfriend who's leaving to go abroad and beg him to stay here in the city with me. So he actually chose to leave. And she wants to run there to beg him to come back. Oh, that's toxic relationship, girl. Dump him. Dump his ass. Be glad that he's gone. Like, I'm saying it so easily, but like, this must probably be so hurtful to her. But I can say from my experience, I've had a lot of those experiences, not only in that department, but also with family, with friends. The ties that hurt the most and that consume your thoughts the most are the ones you should be getting rid of. Because if a relationship, no matter what relationship that is, if it makes you forget who you really are, if it makes you do things that normally would have never been your priority, if they automatically make you change unknowingly, then that's not a relationship you should be involved in. That's not a relationship for you then. A relationship, no matter what kind of relationship, should also be able to make you grow as a person and also make you feel good. If a relationship makes you this depressed, this sad, this anxious, and makes you have the feeling that you have to give up on your future just to be with him, then he's not the guy for you. Girl, get rid of him. Get rid of that boyfriend. Get rid of that boyfriend. He does not deserve you. He does not deserve your tears. Tears started streaming down her face, but she buried her head in her hands. Because this actually means that he didn't even put in effort to say, yeah, I'm gonna try and make it work. He literally just said, yeah, I'm gonna leave. And she has the feeling because she actually loves him, she wants to run after him and beg him to stay. But the fact that you have to beg him to stay means that you should be letting him go. I guess sometimes it's easier to open up to a complete stranger. Yeah, actually it is, because they won't judge you. They don't really know you, so they can give you a neutral perspective. What should I do? Boyfriends come and go, but I've heard you're really smart and talented, and that university means a lot to you. That's true. My mom could barely afford my tuition. You have to pay for tuition, girl! And you're standing here? Run in that building. Get your straight A. Oh my god. You're literally being like this, making your mom pay for nothing just for that imbecile? Just for that idiot? Nah, girl. Do your exam. Kill it and make him regret. The university promised me an internship after I graduate. Even people, what's wrong with this woman? I mean, love makes you blind, so who am I to judge? But still, girl, you have to know, you have to set your priorities straight. I mean, if I graduate, well, if this guy really loves you, he'll come back for you, right? No, I don't think he will. She already knows and she wants to beg him. Toxic relationship people from the start. Leave, girl. Dump his ass. Never look back. If that's the case and you already know, dump his ass. Never look back. You are an icon. You're a legend. You're a queen. You don't need no man. You can afford life on your own. What? Then who needs him? That! She looked at me for a little while, almost looking past me. Then she smiled sadly. It sounds so easy when you say it like that. It's not easy because feelings are involved, girl. But in order to heal, in order to get better, to learn from your mistakes, you have to go through pain. Pain makes you human. Go with Teen Wolf. And pain also makes you become smarter, more mature, because you had to go through pain in order to understand that part that made you suffer. You are suffering because of your boyfriend. And what will you learn from that? I can tell you what you will learn from that. That you shouldn't prioritize a guy, but your own life. You should prioritize what you want and not what your boyfriend thinks is good for you. This sounds like a very toxic relationship that she had with her boyfriend. A boyfriend should be pushing you to be the best version of yourself. If he makes you feel like this, then he's not the guy. I put my hand on her shoulder, trying my best to smile sincerely. Veronica looked calm. She wasn't hostile or defensive anymore. You're right. The exam and graduation are more important than him. It is. Prioritize your own life, girl. You have to look out for yourself in the first place. Look out for yourself, and then you are also capable to look after other people. If you can't look out for yourself, then you can't look out for other people. Do it for yourself, girl. You are also worthy. You are worthy. For a moment, her face contorted in anger. He doesn't really love me. Why should I risk my entire future just to humiliate myself and beg him to stay? That's what I mean. You don't need that. You are worthy. You have self-worth. You have your own worthiness. You don't need a guy to prove that to you. You don't need a guy to tell you that. You can know it by yourself. You can do it. Exactly. The effect my touch had on her astonished me. What time is your exam? You should still be able to make it. Come on. All right. Yes, I'm going. Her smile is radiant. Let's go. She gave me a quick, spontaneous hug and rushed off toward her class. That would have been a girl I would have loved to be friends with in high school. Thank you so much for your help. You're welcome, girl. Let's go. Make him regret forever laying his hands on you. Forever making you feel that he has to choose you over your own life. Go off. She waved without looking back. Run, girl. You can do it. My body warmed with satisfaction. I couldn't wait for the next assignment. I made it. That wasn't that hard. Someone bumped into me on his way out of the university. It was a normal accident. It didn't hurt, and it wasn't intentional, but it made me understand how out of place I now was in this world. I froze right there at the front gate. I couldn't bring myself to move. A flood of thoughts washed through my mind all at once. Someone killed me. They took away my right to live, and I have a chance to find out who did it. Angel Fenzio said it's forbidden, but he doesn't know what it feels like. My desire to find out who ran me off the road that day kept growing stronger with every passing moment. And my dad, do they expect me to just forget about him? I started running. I was already out of breath. My heart was pounding. I could hear it ringing in my ears. I took the first bus and arrived home in about 15 minutes. A few steps away from the door, I paused. I was still out of breath. I could see my dad through the window. He looked so haggard, lonely, and exhausted. He sat at his desk with his glasses on, looking through an old tattered photo album. His hands were trembling. He stared at each photo intensely for a long time. He wasn't crying, but it was easy to see that he was devastated. No. Oh, Daddy. I pressed my face to the window. I could barely hold myself back from running in there and telling him that it was me, his daughter, and I was okay. Dad looked up and saw me. I gasped and ducked away from the window. I hurried away down the path, and I couldn't stop myself from sobbing, overwhelmed. But Dad had already opened the door and was rushing outside. Stop, wait. Oh, Dad. Oh, Daddy. I turned around slowly and looked at him without saying a word. Who are you? What are you doing at my window? What do you want? I kept my distance from him. Keeping my distance from him was too painful, so I took a few steps forward. I felt a lump in my throat. Oh, Daddy, you've lost so much weight. He kept staring at me, waiting for an answer. His hand clutched a letter with the police force's emblem on it. It must be an update on the police investigation. Did you know my daughter? His voice cracked and his hand clenched around the letter. He was holding himself back from crying. What should I say? I'm your daughter. I would love to say that, but no. Honestly, already because we don't look like us anymore. Us telling him, yeah, I'm your daughter, and we can't even prove it. I mean, despite us telling him everything, it would be too shocking for him to believe it. Sorry, I made a mistake. Dad took my hands and looked into my eyes. Your eyes look just like hers. Oh, Daddy. We're your friends. Please tell me the truth. I could barely hold back my tears as I pushed him off and backed away. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just passing by. He staggered back as though I'd just punched him. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. His hands shook even harder than before. The letter he was holding fell to the ground. He didn't even notice. He walked back inside without looking back. I reached down and grabbed the letter. Forgive me. No. Tears were clouding my eyes. I didn't even notice that the guy I saw in the vortex earlier was now standing right in front of me. Ah. Our soulmate Dino made an appearance. Come on, your sexy ass. He grabbed me by the wrist and started dragging me away from the house. Sir, we're a lady. What the heck are you doing? I'm living my best life. What are you doing? Don't you know the rules? I don't care much about the rules. I knew I should have kept an eye on you. Oh, is that it? Didn't you have your own assignment to worry about? After a little thought, he calmed down and started speaking softly. At least you didn't tell him anything. Apologize? I don't know. I looked up at him meekly. Please don't tell anyone. I know I broke the rules, but please try to understand why. He looked at me silently with pity, like he was looking at a child. Technically, we are a child. We don't know how old these angels and demons are, but they are probably older than us. Who are you? I'm Dino. Love of my life. One of the love of my lives in this game. My soulmate in this game is Malbonte, but the love of my lives in this game are Dino and Lucifer. Ooh. Both of them. I can never decide. Oh, that's horrible. I'm horrible. That's all you need to know. I just need to know your name. We have to go. They'll start looking for you soon. He took my hand and looked up at the sky. Clouds gathered quickly, forming a vortex. Dino turned sharply towards me. You completed your assignment, right? Like that subtle question. Did you just come here directly? You didn't even do the assignment. Yes. Good. I told you. That's exactly what he thought. The vortex started to pull us in. Dino took off immediately, forcing me to race after him. Sir, I'm not good with my wings yet. Have a little bit of mercy. Then we jumped into the vortex. Be very careful not to tell anyone about what you did. Dino clapped his hand over my mouth and placed his finger to his lips. Shh, the vortex is this. You mean somewhere in the vortex are other students coming back from their assignments? After a few minutes, the vortex spat us out back at the academy. Dino immediately headed into the hallway, and I followed him. We're running after him like a dog running after his owner. Like we're already completely flabbergasted by the hotness of this man. Do we blame her? We do not, because he's fucking fine. What do you want? Let me watch you from afar. You've got a great ass. Let me stop. You've got a nice behind. I just want to take a quick peek. What do you want? I don't know where to go. Just tell me how to get to Angel Fenzio's classroom and I'll leave you alone, alright? In Fenzio's class? No. Yes. He froze and clenched his teeth as if he was thinking hard about something. He knows. He knows. The door at the end of the hallway suddenly flew open, and Angel Fenzio burst through it. He walked towards us so fast that his clothes snapped in the wind behind him.
Where have you been?
At first I thought he was talking to me, but the teacher's intense stare was focused on the angel beside me. My poor baby, Dino. My poor baby, Dino. Dino didn't react at all to Fenzio's ferocious gaze. Not him at... Oh, I can't with Fenzio. Like... And everyone probably... I have to mock him with that name, okay? I have to. It literally is a rule. I have to mock this man for coming at my baby like that. Careful what you're doing, Fenzio. I got my eye on you.
This assignment was difficult. I needed the extra time.
What you mean?
No assignment should be difficult for my son.
Sir! Sir! He's still just a person. Like, he's not a god. I mean, he is a god, but you know what I mean? He's not the god. He can need time. He made it in time, and his assignment was a success. What more do you want? His voice echoed across the hall. Sir, relax your bass. Be careful who you're talking to in that tone. You're not talking like that to my baby, Dino, are you? I'm throwing hands. You're not talking like that to my baby. That's his version? You're not coming after my man. I will slaughter you. I will kick you. I will kick you.
My son should excel at anything and everything this institution assigns to him. Is that clear?
Breathe in, breathe out.
Yes, father.
I'm sorry. His reaction literally reminded me of SpongeBob. Like, that husband that literally is bored to death with his entire life, and the mother, not the mother, and the wife keeps on telling him things he should do, and he's like, yes, dear. Babe, come to bed. Yes, dear. And this literally reminds me of, yes, father. That's so funny.
Then you understand the punishment will follow.
Fenzio, you know I'm right here, right? I have fists. I can stick my foot up your ass. Sir, beware of what you're about to say. I am right here. He may not do something because he's used to it, but I'm gonna protect my children. I'm gonna protect the love of my lives with my entire heart and soul. You do not come for my baby Dino.
Yes.
I can't, this is so funny.
Yes, father.
But Dino was late because of me. Stay out of it. Am I stupid? Stand up for Dino. It's my fault, Angel Fenzio. I was the one who slowed him down. Dino said nothing. He just closed his eyes slowly. What? Let me stand up for you. Let me be there for you. He literally just slowly closing his eyes like, what did she do? Sir, let me take the fall for once.
Well, that's better, but even so, this is not what I expect from you, son.
Angel Fenzio pursed his lips before turning back and proceeding down the hallway. Yeah. Please do me a favor and just, leave for a while, Angel Fenzio. I can only deal with one of you at the time. Did I do something wrong?
Yes, earlier when you broke the rule.
He spoke calmly, but there was a hint of distress in his voice. Dino turned to look at me, his face contorted in confusion. It's like he was trying to figure out what I was thinking.
You stood up for me. That was stupid.
No, that was not stupid. Why should it be stupid to stand up for someone? I did a mistake. In the law of heaven, of course, not in my eyes. So I did a mistake. You brought me back. You wanted to protect me. And she was your father was trying you because of it. It was my fault. Let me take the fall for that. Is that your idea of a thank you?
I don't have to thank you. This entire situation is your fault.
I mean, it is her fault, but she did stand up for you. Yeah, I know.
But I do appreciate what you did for me.
Aww. I love you, Dino. Please, accept my love. He looked off into the distance for a moment, lost in thought before nodding.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Aww.
The main hall is a few floors down.
Got it. But Dino was already gone. Faster than lightning, this guy. The unclaimed were reporting to Angel Fenzio about their missions. My turn was next.
As I recall, you were to make a choice. Either convince the mortal to pull herself together and take her exam, or abandon her future to chase after some men.
That's funny.
Were you able to push her into making a decision?
Yes. I convinced her to take the exam.
Very well. The assignment you've received today was trivial. Even so, some of you may have found it difficult from a moral standpoint. We deliberately sent newcomers out on their first mission alone to test how they act under pressure. There is no place for weakness among angels and demons.
But we are humans. Like, we were humans. Give us some time to adjust to the fact that we are dead, Fenzio. I've got beef with Fenzio. I've got some deep beef with this man. As he spoke, I couldn't help but recall Angel Fenzio's face as he was scolding his son. That!
As an example, let's look at your case, Simona. This one girl's fate has no bearing on civilization at large. We changed the course of Veronica's life, but the ripples from this decision will only affect her for the most part. Your assignments will become increasingly complex, and you will have more challenging decisions to take. Therefore, you must learn to both impersonate the right character to achieve your goals, and to be ready to take difficult moral decisions swiftly and decisively. This applies exclusively to the unclaimed.
Are there any other people in this class?
Angels and demons have it easier. Unlike you, they already know which side to take.
He looked over the class, then stood up from his desk.
That will be all for today.
I got beef with Fenzio. Like this man, please. The other students began talking and leaving class. Andy and a girl approached me.
Hey, how's it going?
I made it back in one piece. Hi, I'm Laura. She held out her hand. Hi, I'm Simona. I know. I'm sorry about this arrogance. I know who you are. Fine. So how did you pass the test? Did you jump into the abyss or did you go into the forest? I jumped into the abyss. I'm sorry. We jumped into the abyss. We were very, very grateful. We're very headstrong. No way, that's crazy. Andy's the only one of us who jumped. She looked at him with admiration.
Stop it.
Laura started to talk about something else, wrapping her arms around him and snuggling up to him as she spoke. Are you two together? Andy looked at me, a hint of guilt in his eyes, and carefully freed himself from the girl's arms. Sir, you don't have to apologize for that. I mean, I just got here. Would you like me to walk you to your room, Simona? He's like, go away from me. I have to take my future girlfriend away. I can't. I'm intrigued to know what his route will look like. This place can be confusing when you're new. You can walk me if you want. Sure. Oh, we can both go with you, right, Andy? It's probably better if I take her. I'll see you in history class. He said it clearly, girl. Back off. Sure. Bye-bye, girl. Bye. She passed by me and bumped her shoulder into mine, and it seemed intentional. Of course it's intentional. Because she's a jealous girlfriend, and she sees us a threat. I mean, have you looked at us? We're gorgeous. We're stunning. Of course we're gonna be a threat. But we're not acting like that. Like, girl, never heard of woman power? We don't need no men. We can be independent ourselves. The fact that she acts like this, even though they're nothing official, from what it seems like, I can't. Don't mind her. I don't. Honey, it's fine. Andy held his hand gallantly, inviting me to go ahead. Thank you. We walked in silence for a while, trying to come up with a topic of conversation. Andy, how did you die? My question came out a bit blunt, so I immediately added, I mean, only if you're comfortable talking about it. It's okay. I've come to terms with my death. It was an accident. I was doing some base jumping. Base jumping? It's when you parachute. Is this man for real? And I'm sorry for the mispronunciation. I'm sorry for the false pronunciation. It's when you parachute off of fixed structures. Is this man for real? Lower jumps are the most dangerous. Of course, and he probably fell into the ground. Sir! So that's why he's not afraid of flying so high. He loves to face and conquer his fears. And probably why he jumped into the abyss during the tests. He's just used to it. Anyway, I picked the tower that was too low. Yeah, the parachute couldn't open in time. And that was his end.